Good day everyone and welcome to News in English with Tutor Tom for Thursday the 19th of October 2023. So today's title, or the title of the article today, sounds quite funny, but it's actually a lot more serious than the title would suggest. So a little bit of a mixture here. A funny sounding title, but actually a more serious article. So the title is Boy with Water Pistol Confronted by Armed Police. A 13-year-old boy was surrounded by armed police after an officer mistook his water pistol for a real gun. The child was rammed off his bike by a police van and handcuffed as he was confronted by marksmen in Hackney, East London, in July, the Alliance for Police Accountability said. It condemned the response and said the pistol was unmistakably a toy. The Met Police Detective Chief Superintendent James Conway said he had apologised for the trauma caused to the boy. In a statement, the APA called the treatment of the boy, referred to as Child X, appalling. He was having a water fight with his sibling on the 19th of July when a police officer on patrol reported a potential firearms incident, the APA said. One of the toys was blue and white, and one was pink and white, it reported. Armed units from the Met and City of London police were sent to the scene, where they arrested Child X on suspicion of being in possession of a firearm, the APA said. The subsequent treatment of Child X and the horrific scene that unfolded was appalling, it said in a statement. A police van rammed Child X off his bicycle, knocking him to the ground. He was surrounded by armed police officers who pointed their firearms at him. The APA said the boy's mother was treated with contempt by the officers when she arrived and challenged them. Child X was de-arrested at the scene soon afterwards, the APA said. Extremely distressing. An internal investigation by the Met Police found no misconduct had been committed by the officers involved. A further complaint accusing them of racial bias is still being investigated by the Forces Standards Department. The Independent Office for Police Conduct said the Met could carry out both investigations itself. Mr. Conway said he had apologised to the family for the extremely distressing incident. We know it may cause public concern, and we want to help the public understand why we responded in the way we did, he said. Mr. Conway said that, according to the College of Policing, officers should treat all firearms as real and loaded until proven otherwise. This does not in any way detract from our recognition of the trauma caused to the boy, for which I apologised soon afterwards to his family, he added. Child X's family have seen body-worn video of what happened and have met Mr. Conway. They are due to make a statement about the incident on Thursday. A City of London police spokesperson said the force attended the incident in support of the Met Police as common practice. So, whilst the title sounded quite funny, someone arrested, a child arrested for using a plastic water pistol, it's actually quite a serious article because the boy was very young. He was rammed off his bike, so he could have hurt himself. He could have really hurt himself when falling off his bike. It was also no doubt extremely traumatic and very scary for that child and the child's family. But you also have to have a little bit of sympathy for the police as well. They have to do their jobs and they have to make sure that the safety of the public is always put first. And if there's any doubt, they're not sure whether it's a real gun or not, they have to take certain actions. Was the action too firm? Was it too strict for such a young boy? Possibly. But did they need to take some action until they could rule out that the water pistol was in fact a water pistol and not a real gun? We're sadly living in a very sensitive world right now where the threat of shootings and stabbings and violence is very, very high. So police are extra cautious, extra sensitive. They need to make sure that they take precautions first to protect the public, and then if there's been a mistake, to rectify that afterwards, which I feel that they did, because they came out and shared the video of what happened. They apologized to the family. So it's quite a controversial article here. So I'm really interested to hear your thoughts and your opinions. I've started to see a few more comments on my channel, which is great. I'm not expecting loads because the channel is new and it's still very small, but it's great to start seeing some comments and some opinions. It gives you a wonderful way to practice your English writing, to give opinions, to understand the article better. So I really do urge you to start commenting on some of the videos, because it's going to really help with your English, and it also makes things a lot more interesting for both of us. Okay, so let's go through some of the words that I like. The first one is rammed. Rammed. That is the past tense of ram. So that is roughly forced into place. So, for example, he rammed his stick into the ground. It can also mean to crash violently against something, which is in the context of this article. For example, the stolen car rammed into the front of the house. That's the word rammed. Confronted. Confronted. That is the past tense of confront. Confront is to come face to face with someone with hostile or argumentative intent. For example, he confronted the robbers as they were trying to leave. Confronted. Unmistakably. Unmistakably. In a way that cannot be mistaken for anything else. Unmistakably. For example, I saw her there clearly and unmistakably. Appalling. Appalling. Causing shock or dismay. Horrific. For example, the cat suffered appalling injuries during the attack. It can also mean very bad or awful. His conduct was appalling. So that's the word appalling. Subsequent. Subsequent. Coming after something in time. Following something. For example, the theory was developed subsequent to the earthquake of 1906. Subsequent. And then finally we have the word distressing. Distressing. Causing anxiety, sorrow, or pain. Something that's upsetting. For example, some very distressing news.